2020, there were over 90,000 drug overdose deaths in the United States, a 30% increase from the year before. The main culprits in these statistics are opioids. Though this poppy-derived chemical is a legally prescribed painkiller, opioids are also found in drugs like fentanyl and heroin. In essence, opioids are synthetic endorphins that attach themselves to receptors on nerves all throughout the body, numbing them to pain. In addition to blocking the pain response in the body, opioids also make their way into the user's brain, replacing fear and anxiety with dopamine, the happy chemical. After too much use, a person can become dependent on opioids, and withdrawals send the previously unutilized nerve endings into overdrive. That built-up tolerance can lead to severe addiction, and the fatal overdose can come all too easily to someone with a dependence that intense. This occurs when a person has filled their body with such a high dosage of opioids that receptors from the heart and lungs stop receiving messages to function, and their body simply shuts down. As common as drug overdoses are, there is still a completely preventable tragedy. Naloxone is a medication that rapidly reverses the effects of an opioid overdose. This drug enters the system quickly, reactivating the receptors that the opioids have turned off. It is a safe and effective medication with minimal side effects. Administration is simple, and it is available without a prescription in every US state. However, despite its life-saving potential, naloxone is still wildly underutilized. A 2018 health poll survey of over 3,000 American households found that only 10% of those surveyed had sought out a naloxone dose, even with its easy accessibility. There are many reasons why more people don't carry naloxone, and here we'll cover 3: lack of awareness, cost, and stigma. To start, many people, whether they do or do not use opioids, are not aware that naloxone even exists, let alone how to use it. Education campaigns for opioid users can often come across as shaming, when that's the last thing a severely addicted person needs. What should be implemented is a campaign that targets the broader public, teaching as many people as possible about opioids, their addictive effects, the risks of overdose, and the importance of carrying naloxone. Cost is another barrier, and not a surprising one at that. Naloxone is not cheap. It can cost up to $100 for a single dose. However, many states have programs that provide naloxone at no cost, and some insurance plans cover the cost entirely. If that isn't an amount you're able to spend, you can still make efforts to raise awareness and end stigma, which is perhaps the most difficult obstacle to overcome in this battle. There is a significant stigma attached to drug use and addiction, and many people are reluctant to carry naloxone because of it. Drug users, according to stereotypes, are liars, thieves, cheats, and otherwise miscreants. However, the reality is that addiction to something with such euphoric effects as opioids can happen to anyone, and compassion for the suffering can make a huge difference. Both small-scale discussions and large-scale outreach programs to inform the skeptical public can help pave a path away from this life-threatening stigma. Once these barriers are overcome, the next step is to obtain and use naloxone. As of 2022, every US state, including Washington, D.C., passed laws to expand access to naloxone. According to this, pharmacists across the country can distribute doses of the medication without an individual prescription. In addition to access, there are programs in place to inform the public of the proper administration of naloxone, whether it is obtained as a nasal spray or a syringe. The most common side effect of naloxone administration is mild nausea or vomiting, in addition to the literal reversal of a potentially fatal opioid overdose. Even if the drug is administered to someone who has not overdosed, naloxone will have no significant or lasting side effects. Every year, naloxone saves the lives of thousands of people who have overdosed on opioid drugs. Obtaining and carrying naloxone is about as easy as buying a pack of gum, and it is an incredibly simple way to reduce the death toll of the opioid epidemic. The ability to save a life by carrying a little nose spray in your pocket should be a no-brainer. So what are you waiting for? Thank you.